Are you ready to start using Pinterest for your business? Coming up, I'll walk you through 9 tips to help you get started. What's up everyone? I'm Jeff, co-founder of TheFigCo. We're here to help you grow your business online. If you want to see more videos like this one, I'd encourage you to subscribe to our channel. Pinterest is a great tool for you to be able to generate a lot of traffic to your website in a short amount of time without a ton of effort. If you missed our video from last week, I'm going to link to it up above here. But basically, we walk you through the case study of creating the account for Mr. Thalen on November 30th. And by December 31st, we had already generated over 100,000 viewers on Pinterest and a few hundred clicks to our website. I think this is something that you could replicate for your business. So today I want to walk you through 9 tips to help you get started. Tip number 1, use the right size images for Pinterest. Pinterest pin should be 2 by 3, or if you want to be really picky about it, 600 by 900 pixels, but anything that has a ratio of 2 to 3 will work well for Pinterest. And so what this ensures is Pinterest shows your pins to as many people as possible, and you're taking up as much real estate as possible within Pinterest. If you put up a really wide image, it's going to be shrunk to the fixed width and your image is going to be really short. If you use really tall images, they're going to be cut off by Pinterest. So if you use things that are 2 by 3, it ensures that it's being seen by as many people as possible and you're taking up as much real estate as possible on the platform. As a bonus tip, I would encourage you to add images with these dimensions to your blog posts, to your product pages. So basically when someone who's visiting your website, who's a Pinterest user, sees these images, they're very easy to share on Pinterest. They're the ideal image size, and that way other people's pins of your content have a large reach on the platform. Here's 3 quick examples of this. Peg Fitzpatrick, you can see this image here is the right dimensions for Pinterest, so I can pin here. The same thing, Melissa Griffin, if you scroll down to this blog post, this image is the ideal Pinterest size. The same thing with this simple pin media, this image here. So if you're adding images like this to your blog or to your product pages, it makes it super easy for people to share pins on Pinterest, their ideal size, so hopefully they get a large amount of reach. Tip number 2 is use text in your images. So if you add text overlay to your images, you'll get people that are scrolling through Pinterest to stop, look at the image, read what you wrote, and hopefully click through to your website. So if you take a look at this example here from Mr. Thalen, you can see the 4 images here, and it shows you how many views there were, how many pins, and how many clicks. So this one has had 509 and 1 click. You can see the second image is just 236 views and no pins or clicks. This one has reached, over 3 times as many people and has had a click to it. This one only was shown to 109 people. So I thought this was just a pretty good example of side by side of using text and images catches someone's attention and causes them to click through. The easiest way to add text to images is by using a free online tool called Canva. If you'd like me to do a video on how to use Canva, leave a comment down in the comment section saying Canva. Tip number 3, Pinterest SEO. People go to Pinterest to browse as well as to search for specific things, and Pinterest does a pretty good job of knowing its users and what their interests are. And what Pinterest needs from you is for you to tell it what's on your pins and what's on your boards. So you have up to 500 characters for both to write long, full sentence descriptions using keywords so Pinterest can do a good job of placing your content. So I'd encourage you to take up as much of that space as possible, use as many keywords as possible. That way you're reaching a large audience that's very relevant for your business. Also, if you do a great job with this, I've also seen pins and boards show up in Google search results. So these all add up to a lot of traffic for your business if done well. Tip number 4 is use hashtags. So hashtags are another effective way of growing your reach on Pinterest. But the thing is, hashtags work a little bit differently. So hashtags have only actually worked on Pinterest for the last 1.5 years. Now you can click on hashtags within pin descriptions as well as search by hashtags. The thing is, the search results for searching for a word or phrase is going to be different than searching for the related hashtag. And so let me show you what I mean by this. Alright, so let's search for menswear. And so if I search for it this way without the hashtag, it's going to give me the most relevant content. It might not be the most timely content. These could be posts from weeks, days, years ago. And then if I search for it with the hashtag, you're going to see a little bit different. So you'll see 3 minutes ago, 9 minutes ago, 12 minutes ago, 13 minutes ago. It's basically in chronological order. And so hashtags can be a great way when you're just putting something up, is that your content is being seen by people that are searching by hashtags. Another things with hashtags, being that they aren't used that widely, is I wouldn't use really specific hashtags because no one's going to be searching for them and there's not going to be any other content on those hashtags. And so let me show you a quick trick to find out how often a hashtag is used. And so the first thing you want to do is download the Pinterest Chrome extension. And the thing is, you can click on this and it will show you, like, you can post any one of these images to Pinterest. And so if I click save to this image, I can then go and edit the text. But the thing is, if I put hashtag and then I start to type, it'll tell me how often something's used. So men has been used 900,000 times. Men's fashion has been used 365,000 times. Menswear 200,000, and so on. So men's shoes has been used 349,000. But I don't know if I would want to use dress shoes, and it's not showing up as anything. So I'm not sure that this would be a relevant hashtag. If I'm going to use any, maybe it's men's fashion, menswear, men's outfits are ones that there's a chance that people are going to see them because they're large hashtags on Pinterest. Tip number 5 is pin over 10 times a day. Yeah, over 10 times a day. You need to be active on Pinterest. You could even pin 20 or 30 times a day and you're not going to be penalized for it, but you need to be active and doing stuff every single day and pinning a lot. That brings me to point number 6, which is share other people's content. So the thing is, you could start a Pinterest account and have none of your own content and just curate good content of others and start building an audience until you actually start creating your own content. And even when you do have a following and are creating content, I'd still encourage you to share other people's content. I want to show you this example from Peg Fitzpatrick, who is an expert in Pinterest marketing. And the thing is, so she has 40,000 followers, 2.6 million monthly viewers. And let's take a look at one of her boards. If we go to, say, Pinterest marketing. So if you look at these, it'll tell you who the site is. And so this is not her, not her, this is her, not her, Peg, someone else, or her again. And so you can see maybe half of the content is hers and the rest is curated. Tip number 7 is schedule your post ahead of time. So maybe you were a little bit overwhelmed when you heard me say pin over 10 times a day, plus you're sharing other people's content, creating your own content, and running a business. It sounds like a lot. So what I recommend doing is doing this in batches. Prepare the whole week's social media content for all of your social media, Pinterest included, all at once, and schedule it out over the week. And so we use Sprout Social, which we can schedule posts for Pinterest, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn. For Pinterest specifically, I've heard a lot of people talk about Tailwind. I haven't used it personally, but I've heard a lot of really good things. So you may want to check out either of those tools, Sprout Social or Tailwind, to schedule your posts for Pinterest and other social media. Tip number 8 is claim your website. So when you set up a business profile, make sure to claim your website because that gives you a lot more analytics, so you know the impressions, the viewers, and the amount of clicks going to your website by content that you share as well as others share of your website. And so when you go into the analytics, you'll always have your Pinterest profile, the people you reach, but you want to basically activate this section so you know the traffic going to your website and the views that you're getting from your content. Tip number 9, activate rich pins. So rich pins are another connection between Pinterest and your website that shares more information anytime a link to your website is shared on Pinterest. And so with rich pins, basically with a blog post, let's say, what will show up on Pinterest is the title of the article, the name of your website, the author of the article, the date it was published. And studies have shown by activating rich pins, you will reach more people on Pinterest and there'll be a higher click-through rate. Alright, so those are our 9 tips to help you start generating traffic from Pinterest. If you have any questions, comments, or anything else, as always, leave it down in the comment section. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't done so yet, you can subscribe to our channel up above here. That way you're notified every time we put up a new video. If you want to watch other related content, there's a couple of videos along the side here. Until next time, bye-bye.